WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
The weather outside is frightful once again with heavy snowfall and slick conditions, making the evening commute dangerous. The weather is our top story tonight. I'm Sherry Jones.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist David Young.
And David, it looks like a snow globe out there. I just was looking, and can you tell us what we can expect to see in the coming hours?
I mean, the next several hours, more heavy snow. It'll get lighter tonight, but not before the damage is done. We picked up several inches of accumulation. Winter weather advisory remains in effect for all of mid-Michigan from right now through tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. As we check out what's happening out there right now, you can see some heavier snow making its way through central mid-Michigan. It's lined up to the southwest, so we've got several hours of moderate to occasionally heavy snowfall. Future radar, though, over the next 6 hours, by around midnight, it starts to break up just a little bit, but it's between 9 and around midnight or 1 a.m. we could hear some thunder and lightning, some thunder snow across the area. First, though, we'll head south to Hillsdale. Things in good shape. Snowfall's just starting to come down. Jackson Cam visibility is beginning to drop as the snowfall begins to pick up. Roadways are still in good shape. However, as we check out the view this afternoon from our McLaren Cam, heavy snow outside and roadways are going downhill in a hurry. Avoid being out traveling if you can this evening. Temperatures currently are sitting in the low to the mid-20s across mid-Michigan. As we move into the overnight hours, it remains cold. The snowfall will continue to come down. In terms of the roads tonight and into tomorrow, I do think we will have some problems out there, no doubt, as the overall temperatures will remain very cold. So I think we, in terms of driving tonight and tomorrow morning, not looking good. We'll have more on the accumulations tonight coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, David, thank you. Well, with the biggest snow event of 2025 moving in now, drivers have slowed down tonight and people across mid-Michigan did their best to get ready for today's snowfall.
Yes, Tessa Kresh went out today to see how both the community and the city of Lansing are preparing. Tessa?
That's right, Sherry and Siobhan. I headed out as the snow was picking up and spoke to people making their last-minute preparations before the conditions worsened. The snow was already coming down hard and fast, and many people weren't taking any chances. Gas stations were busy as drivers raced to fill up their tanks. One woman telling me off camera that the last place she wants to get stuck is in the snowstorm. Meanwhile, salt trucks were out ahead of the storm, treating roads to help prevent people from slipping. Also trying to help a manager at Burger King who was salting the sidewalk, and she said they were already too slick. She shared her concerns about the most vulnerable in this weather.
I do feel bad for the homeless people because it's cold and, you know, they don't have nowhere to go. There's not always room in shelters for them, so they got to figure it out on their own.
City officials say they're closely monitoring the conditions and they may declare a snow emergency soon. Stay with 6 News for the latest updates on road conditions and winter weather warnings. It's advised to stay off the roads if you can to avoid all trouble. Back to you, Sherry and Siobhan.
Yes, Tessa, thank you. Well, slippery roads might be keeping your kids home from school tomorrow, or it could be this year's flu outbreak. The CDC says it is the worst season they've had since 2009, and Michigan is one of the hardest hit states.
And it has parents wondering what symptoms they need to look out for and when to keep their kids home from school. Our Nick Simon has been tracking this issue for us, and he's here for you now with more. Nick?
Sherry, Siobhan. Administrators at Syracuse Elementary School in Holt say that they're having problems with, quote, extreme levels of illness. It's just the latest in a long list of school closings that we've seen this flu season. The outbreak started to pick up in late December, and health officials say that it's only gotten worse since then. This strain has been putting kids in the hospital, so if your child is showing any sort of flu symptoms like fever, fatigue, sore throat, or runny nose, it's a good idea to keep them home and monitor their symptoms. And when it's over, you're going to want to wait at least a full day after symptoms go away before you send them back to school. We also talked with a family doctor in Holt about what people can do to stay safe for the rest of the flu season.
5 most important things: wash your hands, try to stay away from others who are ill, or stay away from others if you're feeling ill. I'd say stay hydrated. Hydration is going to be the biggest thing, especially in the winter when everything is also so dry. Breathing is key. If you're having trouble breathing, chest pain, anything like that, that's always an emergency until proven otherwise. And 5, if you're not sure, ask your provider.
Schools in at least 3 districts, including Carson City and Crystal Lake, were closed for illnesses in mid-Michigan today. Administrators in Holt tell me that they're going to keep a close eye on illnesses for the rest of their buildings to make sure that students can come back to a safe learning environment. Back to you.
Nick, thank you. Lansing police are investigating a shooting tonight that was discovered during a traffic stop early this morning. Just after 4 o'clock, an LPD sergeant pulled over a car for driving recklessly near the intersection of Jolly Road and Washington Avenue. The sergeant found 2 men in the vehicle, one of whom had been shot in the abdomen. He was taken to a hospital, and while his injuries are serious, officials say they do not appear to be life-threatening. Police say there is no suspect at this time.
Meanwhile, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is also investigating a shooting that happened this week. Deputies were called out around 6:30 Monday night to the area of Francis and Hollis Streets. So that's just barely south of the Jackson city limits. And according to investigators, the suspect fired several shots into a parked car with people inside before driving away. The suspect's car was found just a few blocks away on Euclid Avenue. Investigators say they have identified a 26-year-old suspect, but have not yet found and arrested him. The sheriff's office would not say whether anyone was hurt.
Tomorrow marks 2 years since the deadly mass shooting on the campus of Michigan State University. Classes will be canceled as Spartan Nation comes together to reflect and mourn. Several events are planned for students around campus, and there are supportive spaces as well, including indoors at the Breslin Center Hall of History from 1 to 4 p.m. and the MSU Alumni Chapel from 1 to 9 p.m. There will be heated tents for outdoor supportive spaces from 1 to 9 p.m. at locations around campus like the Rock, the Spartan Statue, and the Grand River Ramp. For a full list of events and locations, visit our website, WLNS.com.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Our 1-2 punch of winter weather, with the first punch coming tonight in full effect across the area this evening. Radar is very active. Also been watching lots of accidents on the roadways. Notice one on 127 southbound. All the roadways are beginning to slow down, but we have to watch out for this as we head through the next several hours. We sent out our meteorologist Kendall Wilson. She's out about monitoring the roads this afternoon. Kendall, where are you and what are you seeing out there?
Hey David, we're out back in the Lansing area right now, still on one of the side roads, and you can see a major difference compared to what we're showing you right around 5 o'clock, mainly because of the heavy bursts of snow that we are seeing developing across the area. Good news, outside right now in the Lansing area, not a significant reduction in visibility, but that is likely going to change as we go throughout the next half hour to even an hour. This reduction in visibility going to be widespread across mid-Michigan, and this is not the only concern that we have. We are also looking at the potential for some slushy and slick conditions on the roads, especially the side roads. I will say we're getting right back on the highway right now, and of course these conditions not only isolated in the Lansing area in terms of the deteriorating impacts that we are seeing on the roads, this is widespread across mid-Michigan, and this is going to last as we go throughout the rest of the time frame for our evening commute and also overnight tonight before finally this system snow begins to exit. David.
Kendall, stay safe out there. And the best advice, of course, is, as Kendall was just telling you, just stay home and kind of wait this storm out. Won't be here all that long, but this is just the first of 2 storm systems on the way. Now, in terms of accumulation, I think we're going to end up in the 4 to 8 inch range, with most locations between 5 and 6 inches of snowfall. Additional snowfall out there over the next several hours, though. Probably another 2 to 4 through midnight, and then maybe another inch or so as we head into tomorrow. So again, I think we'll all be right around 5 to 6 inches, unless you hear some thunder. If you do, you may be closer to 8 or 9 inches. So check out our weather aware days. That's one of the things we highlighted, with some thunder possible out there this evening. Snow, some of it heavy. And then Saturday, steady snow with several inches on the way, and travel impacts once again likely. Storm system number 1, though, right on track. We've got some moderate to heavy snow out there. It'll increase over the next couple of hours. And then as we move to late tonight, we're talking 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, the back edge starts to make its way through, and then we'll see things begin to shut down for a time. However, through the mid-morning hours tomorrow, a few additional snow showers are likely across the area. We could pick up another ½ inch to an inch out of that. Moving into Thursday night and Friday, we're quiet as we await the second storm system. So no travel issues during the day on Friday. However, by Friday night, this band of heavy snowfall begins to move through. And then I think this band will shift south into mid-Michigan during the day. So we'll probably maintain light snow throughout much of the day. Although right along the state line, could even mix with a little bit of sleet or or possibly even a little bit of rain as some slightly warmer air tries to build in. Additional accumulations tonight, 1 to 3, maybe 2 to 4 Lansing, 3 to 6 Mason. So that again will get us in our total accumulation of 4 to 8 inches. Roadways are going downhill through 7, 8 o'clock. We get it very slow into the no-go zone as we head through the overnight hours. So just avoid travel tonight, and things should begin to improve as we head into tomorrow. Storm system number 2, that could drop an additional 2 to 4. 3 to 6 inches of accumulation as we head into Saturday, and this could expand further south as well. Temperatures cold, sitting in the 20s this afternoon. We have got low visibility on the McLaren cam. Temperature currently at 23 degrees, high today only up to 26. Now on the Grand Ledge cam, you can even see the downtown, so it's coming down at a pretty good clip. Current temperature at 22 degrees. It is obviously very cold. Everything's going to stick this evening. Now on the Jackson cam, you can't really make out downtown. The visibility beginning to drop as the snowfall rate continues to increase. In Hillsdale, still very, very light, but that should continue to build in over the next couple of hours. For tonight, overnight low dips to 20 degrees with snow, some of it heavy through midnight. Then tomorrow, some snow showers and windy, highs in the mid-20s. So there's going to be some blowing of that snow tomorrow. The 6-day forecast, weather aware day tomorrow because of the leftover snow. Again on Saturday, and then look at that. It gets cold next week. Lows near 0, highs in the teens. Arctic air is on the way. No major storm systems, fortunately, next week. So we're going to go from dealing with snow to dealing with really cold weather.
So that snow is definitely going to stick around once we get it, which could be a lot of snow.
All right, in total, those 2 systems, there's a lot of shoveling to do.
All right, thanks, David.
Well,